Just make a quick video to talk about this idea of using Christianity or religion as a substitute of wokeism. That the idea that atheism has a failed concept, and that the only the best thing to do is to go religious and to raise your kids religious, and that there's a God-shaped hole in the brain, and if you can't fill it with logic, that you have to fill it with something, and that's the reason that wokeism came, and that's the reason that wokeism permeated atheism so much. I'm not a philosopher, but I do know, I just want to make something super clear about this topic, and I want the topic to move forward with this in mind. We're talking about lying, okay? We're talking about lying to people to control them. The question is not, is religion a good substitute for wokeism? The question is, were the Dark Ages right? And lying to people about religion to control them is the better alternative. And I just find that untenable. I can't support that. I think about the golden rule: do unto others as you would have done unto you, said by some Jew some time ago. Anyways, I wouldn't want to be lied to in order to be controlled, and I wouldn't want to have been lied to all this time in order to stop wokeism from existing. I wouldn't have wanted to be lied to by society. Yes, there's a real God out there. Yes, this religion is real. This Christianity is real. I wouldn't want to be lied to in order to control me because somebody else thought it was best for me to not have the opportunity to not be woke. I don't find that tenable. I don't find that moral. I don't think that's really what we want. And I think the message that I want to give is that, you know, when I wrote in my book, I wrote about my time in China and how the Chinese people were dogmatically atheist and how that allowed them to believe in ghosts and spirits and numerology and all that shit because they were dogmatically atheists. They weren't atheists from skepticism. And I'm just thinking that this kind of mirrors that. This kind of mirrors that. And I mean, don't give up on the truth is all I'm saying, okay? Just because the truth went sideways this time doesn't mean we give up on the concept of truth and go back to the Dark Ages, literally, because we're saying the Dark Ages were right. The Dark Ages weren't right. The Enlightenment was right. And we can see the evidence of that in the fact that we're having this discussion now. The answer to the rise in wokeism is not lying to people and living a lie in order to control them. I don't know what the answer is. I'm suggesting maybe taking the truth from a different perspective might do a good way. Maybe teaching about why atheism is true instead of just that atheism is true. Teach skepticism, not atheism. There's a lot of things that we can do before we go to, I'm going to raise my kids thinking there's a man in the sky, to make sure they don't become woke, because we naturally have a God-shaped hole in our brain and we have to fill it with something. I don't agree with that. And I don't agree that the way to get people to do the right thing is by lying to them. I don't agree that I don't agree that it's ethical to lie to somebody to get them to act a certain way. That's removing their autonomy. It's a bad idea. Do I have a good solution? Yes, try again. That's all I got. And that's all I'm going to say. Bye.